Hey, what's up guys, marc-e-b here. Welcome to another episode of marc-e-b's Gaming C. Now, today I want to talk to you about the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, the dust has finally settled on E3. We've had a chance to kind of calm down, take stock of everything that happened and really start, evaluating the situation between these companies and the games that are now going to be coming out at the end of this year and going into 2016. I wanted to do this video really because I think it deserves a good shout out on its own. I'm really looking forward to the remake of Final Fantasy VII. I'm a bit worried for it, but only because of us, only because of gamers is why I'm a bit worried about it. I think this is going to be a really classic situation of, you're not going to be able to please everybody. And with the stuff that Square Enix seem to be doing with this Final Fantasy VII remake, you're not going to achieve that effectively. But hopefully, there's going to be enough of the core fans, enough of the people who are happy just to see it revitalised, even if it is changed differently, to just experience that in a whole kind of different light. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, what we do know so far about this release is that it's not going to be a like-for-like. So we know that it's not going to be isometric kind of top-down views, or just like rehash graphics. It's going to be a brand new game built. There's not going to be any drastic changes to the pinnacle points in the storyline, which goes to suggest that you're gonna get your core Final Fantasy VII story. Like, it doesn't sound like anything's going to change much there, which is great, because that's, for the old fans, that's something that we can all relive and just re-see in a different kind of situation or a different scenario, really, if they're changing locations and doing things like that. So it'd be really interesting to see what happens with that. They are going to change elements of the game. They say that they still want to try and cater to today's audience. Now, I'm not really quite sure what that means, because I'm pretty sure that even like younger gamers today know what Final Fantasy VII is and absolutely love that game for what it is. So I hope they don't get too lost trying to potentially cater to a type of audience that doesn't suit the Final Fantasy genre effectively. I mean, although they did say, Nomura did say that he was going to do the fans good service, and they're not going to kind of mess around with it too much. So I think what they mean by that is, I think we're going to see a lot of different locations. I think Midgar's going to potentially look very different. I think these locations are going to possibly be unrecognisable, because when you've got such a kind of static top-down view where you're just walking to the next screen, I think if you're bringing that right down behind the character so you can explore the whole world without any loading screens, it's going to look very different. There's going to be some really nice Easter eggs thrown in there, no doubt, throughout the whole game for people, to make you smile when you see little things like maybe the park in Midgar you saw in the trailer, the slide, the little Mog slide and things like that. So yeah, I've got a feeling the game's going to be riddled with that, and I think they'll keep in a lot of the, like I said before, a lot of the heavy storyline elements, and make sure that kind of comedy can flow with it, where you have to dress Cloud up as a female to kind of get into that kind of gentleman's club type thing at the start. So we'll we'll have to wait and see what we do there, what they do there. Sorry. Now, this has just gone up as news. Retailers have started putting the game up for pre-order. So they're listing it as a 31st of December 2016 release, which is what they do as default when they don't really know the release date. But the fact that they've put it up as a 2016 release date is quite interesting. And also EB Games have put a pre-order up for the Xbox One, so it'll be interesting to see what the I don't think this is a timed exclusive. I don't think, like, people are banging on about it being a timed PS4 exclusive. I think I remember reading in an interview Square were basically saying that what they meant by it's coming to PlayStation 4 first is they're making that game for the PlayStation 4. They're using the PS4's hardware, they're optimizing it for that console only. They're not thinking at all about cross-gen kind of play of that game. What they're going to do is they're going to completely optimize it for the PlayStation 4, get the most out of that, use that to the best of its ability without any restrictions of having to make sure it's out on any other kind of format. Then once that's done, they're going to start working on the PC version and then potentially other kind of platforms. So I have no doubt that it's going to come to Xbox One, especially if they kind of find out making it for the PlayStation 4 and then they're like, oh, hang on a minute, this is fairly easy just to move it over to Xbox One now. So I've got a feeling it will eventually come to that, but I don't think there's a timed exclusivity agreement in place here. I think Square are just like, right, we're making this for PlayStation 4 first, and then once we're done with that, you can release it, and then we can start focusing on working on the PC platform, and then when that's done, we can start looking at other platforms. Probably not Wii U. I don't think it's gonna be for that. It'll be a PS4 and an Xbox One title, I think. So that's pretty good. I think the combat system's going to stay the same. I think I don't think they're going to tinker with that. I think they're fairly aware that, you know, the fans don't want any kind of free moving or any different style of combat. You want a good turn-based combat. I can't wait to see what the summons are going to be like. They'll probably, you know, again, this will be another thing which I think they'll completely rehash is all of the summons, and I think they're going to be as epic as ever. I hope the music score stays the same. Nobuo Uematsu, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's a bit of a tricky name to pronounce, but he did the whole score for the Final Fantasy VII, and it sounds brilliant. And if it can sound that good in 32-bit, like, can you imagine what he could do if he's given a 50-piece orchestra and just let loose? I think that could be really cool, and I've got a feeling he's gonna come on board to redo all of the music and stuff like that. So that'll be really awesome. That was probably my favourite part of the trailer, to be honest, was hearing that little tune at the end, like that little like dee dee dee. But gave me goosebumps. Yeah, really looking forward to it. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Are you excited for this release? Are you worried? Don't be worried. Like, I think we should start getting that out there early. Like, I don't think people should start, you know, questioning Square's motives here and start being worried about what they're going to do one thing or the other. I think they're going to do a really good service for us, and I think it's going to be a good job. So let's support them all the way on this one and not bitch about it when they start changing little things. Okay, guys, until the next show,